How are you guys doing today? Mr. Stevenson here. Today we're going to talk about a couple things for the Red Ribbon Week. Red Ribbon Week is anti-drug, alcohol, tobacco. So the kids in school are making a poster. I invite you kids learning virtually to also make a poster. And we're talking about a Red Ribbon Week poster. So we're going to talk about different ways we can make a poster. First thing we're going to talk about with our poster is letters. So you have your sheet of paper. We could just start writing letters here. We could just take some scrap paper and say no. That's not what we're looking for. It's just like if we took a pencil and we said, colored my witch. We don't do that. We are all about awesome craft. Coloring stuff in right, even if we're using a crayon, even if we're using bad materials, we're using whatever we have, and we are doing the best job we can possibly do. So, one way we can do that is we can use a ruler. If we don't have access to a ruler, we can use literally whatever we have. We can use another sheet of paper. Really, we just want to make sure that we're straight across, which means that we are parallel to the top and bottom of our page. So I'm going to do one line here with a pencil. And I'm just using a paper. I'm not even using a ruler. See? Magical straight line. Then we're going to try another line. Does it need to be perfect? No. Should we try to make it perfect? Oh yeah. Here we go. Straight across. Even width over here and here. Even height. Looks good. We can think about what we're putting on our poster. I'm going to make just a traditional poster to say no. I'll make it say really big. I want no to be gigantic. So I want my poster to say no. So the say is going to have 3 letters across. This looks like it is 8.5 inches across, which means if we just take off 1.25 inches, take off 1.25 inches, then we go from 0 to 6. So say, each letter can have 1, 2, 3. So we can be 2 inches across. And if this was a long distance between here and here, I would measure again up top. But because we're pretty close to the edge of the page, I feel like we can stay parallel to the side of the page for the most part. And then over here, we're just doing the word no. So we'll just go in, let's say go in 2 inches. We'll say over here, go in 2 inches. And then we have, what is that, 4.5 inches? Do 2 inches here, 2 inches over here, and a little gap in the middle. So I know some people are like, well, we're doing art, we're not doing math. You can combine art and math, just like you can combine Red Ribbon Week and art. So this is gonna say no. We think about the letter S. And we can make it a little wider. So we will go. And if it is not perfect, we can either live with that or we can try it again. We can think about how we're making our letters. Are we going to make our letters very stiff? I'm making mine a little bit loopy. Make an N, we think about our thickness. We think about how an N comes down. Then we think about a circle or letter O. If we need more help, we can divide it into quadrants. Quadrant means quad, which is 4. Then we can think right here, maybe we want to put a red ribbon. We can look at our red ribbon and see, kind of starts bottom like that, it goes around like a loop. And then I'm gonna make this even smaller because I feel like saying no and a red ribbon are the most important things that we're doing here. And you guys should think about doing your own thing. You should not copy mine completely. And I think you virtual learners got some stickers and things like that for Mr. Hutchinson and Miss Tuttle. And they had some themes about about Red Ribbon Week. And this intentionally has a little bit of a slant to it. So, say no to drugs and alcohol. We can then go back and actually trace the lettering that we've done. And remember, guys, I do not need perfect from you, but what I need you to do is to really try. It means we're not rushing through our work. We don't say, oh, I don't know how to draw. We just give everything our best shot, and we work hard. We turn in work that we can be proud of, or work that we can at least say, I really tried on that. So I am probably going to send an image of my finished work to you guys when I send this video. There are a million different things we could say about lettering. We could do an entire course just on lettering, the space between our letters, which is called kerning, the height, the width, the different style, which is called a font. Be very bold. It could be kind of loopy like this. It could be a little bit slanted, which is called italicized. One option you could do is you could open up your computer, and in your word processing, you can change your fonts. And your font is pretty much your different style of letters. So you could play around with your font. One thing I like to do with posters a lot is I like to think about shadows. Shadows are a nice way to give it three-dimensionality. Where are we looking at this from? Maybe we're looking at the word no from, where should we look at it from? Maybe we'll look at it from above. So if we're looking at it from above and a little bit over here to the right, we would be able to see behind the letter and to the side of the letter. So all of the letter for this word no will kind of be like this. So it all would have that slant to it, that same angle. So it's that angle all the way around. That would be the same angle over here for no. So it would be this angle. Same thing over here. Go back in, we can, once we feel like we have it right with our pencil, and fill back in. And that's why it's nice to use a pencil. We don't want to go directly to marker with this project. I talked to some of the 5th graders about protest signs when Mr. Schneider was talking to them about protest signs. And we talked about what's the most important thing. So here, saying no, we're saying no to drugs and alcohol. No is the centerpiece. It's the biggest, most important part. this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm not going to finish the entire thing with you guys here with me. But if you guys have any questions on this project, feel free to ask. I may add a couple daily doodles for some added elements that we could use for this project in particular. One of them definitely would be that red ribbon. So say no to drugs and alcohol. Think about it. Want to see your project? Send in your virtual image of your Say No to Drugs and Alcohol poster. Red Ribbon Week. Later, guys.